Ladies and gentlemen, gather around for another round of the ever-entertaining, never-ending, and delightfully unpredictable reality show starring the one and only President Donald Trump. Yes, you heard it right, folks. The man who made "you're fired" a household phrase is now taking his talents to the world stage. And this time, he's got Iran in his sights. In the latest episode of The Art of the Deal Presidential Edition, President Trump sat down in the Oval Office, not just to admire the decor, but to deliver some hard-hitting lines about our favorite Persian pen pals. With the president of El Salvador as his guest, not that anyone asked for a Salvadoran subplot, Trump laid down the law. Iran must abandon any hope, dream, or passing thought of obtaining a nuclear weapon. They cannot have a nuclear weapon, he declared, with all the subtlety of a bull in a china shop. Now let's take a moment to appreciate the irony here. It's as if Trump is telling a kid in a candy store that they can look, but they absolutely, positively cannot touch the candy. One might wonder if this is a strategy borrowed from his real estate days. Deny, 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 until the other party gives up and goes home. But wait, there's more. Trump, ever the optimist, believes Iran actually wants to deal with us. They don't know how, he said, perhaps envisioning a world where Tehran rings up the White House hotline to ask for negotiation tips, or maybe just the best recipe for a successful summit. As the U.S. prepares for another diplomatic powwow with Iran next Saturday in Italy, one can't help but wonder if gelato and gondolas might soften the mood. After all, nothing says, "let's talk nukes," quite like a Venetian sunset. The first talks in Oman were described as a launching point, though whether that launch was successful or a dud remains to be seen. Iranian state media reported that Middle East envoy Steve Witkoff and Iranian Foreign Minister Abbas Araghchi briefly spoke during their 2-hour meeting, which suggests that perhaps they both agree on the merits of small talk. But hey, at least they're speaking, right? In the world of international diplomacy, that's practically a high five. The White House, playing its part in this theatrical performance, described the talks as very positive and constructive, which in diplomatic speak could mean anything from "we agreed to disagree" to "we didn't throw shoes at each other." However, they did concede that very complicated issues remain unresolved, a phrase that can mean anything from "we're on the brink of a breakthrough" to "we have no idea what we're doing." Trump, never one to shy away from a bold claim, has insisted that negotiations need to happen very quickly. Yet he hasn't quite laid out a timeline for when patience will run thin and the military option will become more than just a talking point. It's a bit like saying you're going to start a diet, eventually. He has, of course, dangled the ever-tempting threat of bombing Iran should they not cease their nuclear ambitions. But the specifics of how the U.S. plans to shut down Tehran's nuclear program remain as clear as mud. Some voices, likely echoing through the hallowed halls of Washington, call for complete disarmament, while Iran's missile programs continue to advance with all the subtlety of a runaway freight train. In the midst of all this high-stakes drama, Trump coolly assured reporters, "I'll solve that problem. It's almost an easy one." One has to admire the confidence, comparing the end of Iran's decades-long nuclear aspirations to the challenge of ending Russia's war in Ukraine. Next up, solving the Rubik's Cube blindfolded. In a twist of logic that could only come from the mind of the Donald, he mused that Iran could indeed be a great country, so long as it doesn't have nuclear weapons. If they have nuclear weapons, they'll never get a chance to be a great country, he proclaimed, a statement that might double as a motivational poster in some alternate universe. So, dear viewers, what do you make of this diplomatic dance? Is Trump on the right track, or is this just another episode of political theater? Share your thoughts in the comments below. After all, we want to hear from you, the real experts on international relations. And while you're here, if you enjoy our brand of satirical news and razor-sharp wit, don't forget to hit that subscribe button. Give us a like if you're entertained, or drop a comment if you've got something to say. We promise to read them all, even the ones that suggest we should stick to simpler topics, like the weather. Stay tuned for more updates, and remember, in the world of politics, reality is often stranger than fiction. Until next time, keep laughing and keep questioning the absurdities of our times.